Alright. Hello class. Today we are going to start App Inventor. We've already done our name game, getting to know everyone, passing out our folders, and starting to learn our names. Now it's time for the lesson. So what you're going to do is you're going to go up to the screen and say, alright, hello class. Today we're learning App Inventor, and we wanted to start out by asking about apps. Pretty much everyone uses apps these days. What kind of apps would you guys use as a class?
Ooh, I don't know. I play this game that I downloaded.
Yeah, games, a lot of apps that kids play will be games, and they're really fun. What's your favorite game?
I play Candy Crush a lot.
Candy Crush, that's a good one. Do you play any other games?
I don't know. I can't think of anything else.
Do you think of maybe any other apps that aren't games that maybe your parents use or you've used to learn?
Oh, my parents use Facebook a lot.
Yeah, Facebook is an app. And there are lots of other apps too. Where would you normally find apps?
I don't know. My parents just
You
download
might
them for
use
me.
it on their
Cell phone?
on their phone, yeah. You normally use apps on your phone or maybe on your iPad if you have an iPad or a tablet or something. So we in this class are going to make apps that you can use on our own phones. It's going to be great. It's really fun to make apps, but apps are a little bit different from programming. A lot of you guys have probably done Scratch before. Raise your hand if you've done Scratch or any kind of programming, right?
No.
Maybe not, and if you haven't, that's okay too. But it's a little bit different from Scratch anyway, so you don't need to know Scratch to do this. It's different because in App Inventor and in making a lot of apps, we have a lot more signals that we can work with on our phone. You can think about someone might touch the screen in a lot of different places. Someone might shake their phone. Someone might turn up or down the volume on the phone, right?
Wow.
So we can use all of these different concepts to make our apps. And the way we do that in App Inventor is with when and do. So App Inventor uses blocks, and we are going to use a lot of blocks that look like this. And it's going to say when something, do something else, right? Or it'll say do in here. And we can use those to get what we want to happen. Can someone think of a when do for Candy Crush? When you do something, something else happens. So maybe for Candy Crush, I would think when you press start level, a new level appears on the screen. Right? What's something you do in Candy Crush?
When you touch the candy,
When you touch the candy, what happens?
the candy moves.
Yeah, it moves. Exactly. Can you think of any when do's for Facebook?
Oh, I know. When you press the like button,
When you press the like button, what happens?
you like the post.
Yeah, it says you like the post. Maybe it makes a sound. It can do lots of different things
yeah.
too.
It makes a pop sound.
Yeah, it pops. It says you like it, and it pops. So we can think of when do's for our apps that we're going to make. Today we're going to make an app called Talk to Me, and I already have it up here. And for the kids, you would just show it around to them.
Yeah.
So you would hold up the screen and you'd say, what is this doing? You'd press the button
Hello world.
and just wait for them all to see that.
What?
Hello world. Hello world. Hello world.
So what are the when do's for that app that I just showed you for Talk to Me?
When you press the button,
When I press the button, whoops. When I press the button, what happens?
it says hello world.
Yeah, it says hello world. Exactly. Do you guys want to try to make this app?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go to computers. So, this is what App Inventor looks like, and it looks a little bit complicated right now, but I promise it'll be okay. The way we use App Inventor is we have a couple different parts. This is called our palette. And when I say palette, your palette has a lot of different options of things that you can put on a screen. Like in Candy Crush, you might put a candy on the screen, or you might put a button to restart the level, or you might put a little person to show how far you are in the game, right? For Talk to Me, does anyone remember what was on the screen? There was only one thing on the screen.
There was a button.
There was a button on the screen. So we are going to go to the thing that says button. Perfect. And what I want you all to do is click on it and you drag it over onto our screen. Yay, now we can see that if we had this on our phone screen, it would be a white screen with just one button in the corner. What we can do is we can see this button, this is what our screen would look like, and we can go over here to Properties to see exactly all of the information about this button. So we want it, right now it just says text for button 1, which is not very fun. That's not really what we want it to say. What do you think it should say instead? If we want the person to press this button, what do you think it should say?
I don't know.
I don't know. What if we say, press this button? Or we could say, press me. Or we could say, click this button, please. What do you think?
Press me.
Press. Whoops. Oh my goodness. Press me. And we type that into the box that says text, because that's the text that's going to be on our button. If we want to change the width of our button, we would do that here. If we want to change the font size, how big the letters are, we would do that here. Everything about this button, about how it looks, is on this property screen. But for programming, do we just want to talk about how it looks?
No.
No, what else did our button do when I showed you the app? What else did it do?
It was speaking.
It was speaking. It said, hello world, right? So if we want to code something like that, something that doesn't just relate to how it looks, we're going to go to a different part. It's on this green bar and it's called blocks. So you're going to click on blocks. And blocks has a lot of when do's for us to use. The same way we were talking about Candy Crush and Facebook and our Talk to Me app have when do's. So for our when, we are going to look for the component, which is a fancy word for something on the screen. We're going to look for the component that's our when. So for our app that we just made, what was our when do? You can look on the screen if you forget.
Oh, when you hit the button, it speaks.
Yeah, when you hit the button, it speaks. So our when is about the button. So click on the button, and it'll give you a lot of options, but we just want when button is clicked. When button 1 is clicked. So when we click it, we want it to say, hello world, right?
Yes.
There's actually a secret component that we need. Right now, we don't have anything in our app that will talk. So we're going to go back to Designer very quickly and find something else. We're actually going to go into a different part of the palette. So we'll all scroll down and go to Media, I believe. Media is about what you kind of hear and what visuals are on there. User interface are things that the person using your app will touch and interact with. Media is more about other things. So we're going to talk about text to speech. Just by hearing the name, text to speech, what do you think it does?
It reads the text for you.
Yeah, it reads the text out loud for you. That's perfect. So when button 1 is clicked, we want text to speech to do something. Our do is that it says something. So we want to click on text to speech, and we'll call text to speech.speak, which will make it speak. And there's one open part here next to message. What do you think we're going to type in there? If it was saying, we know the button was clicked, we know that it's speaking, but what was it saying?
How about click me?
Click me? Sure. What do you think it's going to say out loud if we write click me right here?
It will probably say click me.
It'll probably, well, will it say click me on the button, or do you think it's going to say click me out loud?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's okay, and we're doing this to learn. So when you call text-to-speech.speak, this message is what it is going to speak out loud. So your message, if we want to make it exactly like mine, is going to be hello world. And now you can all connect your apps, try this, and then see if it works. And after that, you guys can customize it. You can change the color of the button, you can add more components, or you can change the message just to see all the different things you can do in App Inventor.